Listen, you guys, today is going to be a super duper exciting kind of day here at the shop. I don't know if you guys saw yesterday's post on my Instagram, but we were having some issues with the printer. It wasn't just it was giving me and Tom a lot of problems. We couldn't figure out how to print out this this design right here. For some reason the circle was giving us halftones and everything else, and everything else was coming out solids. So not sure what's going on there. So it was asking for paper right now. I just threw it in and it started printing the circle like it was supposed to yesterday. So maybe it fixed itself, maybe it just needed a little break. I don't know, but it's working, so that's all that matters. Today I have to remove relays out of this bad boy, because what happens with this dryer is once you turn it on, the relays just get stuck and the heat jumps up all the way, and it just stays on at its peak at all times. So I'm gonna take out the 2 relays that it has. I'm gonna take them to Granger's and then swap them out to see if that helps, if that fixes the problem. And if not, then we're gonna have some troubles with our dryer. Besides all this stuff that's going on here at the shop, we got some good news at the house. Some of you guys that follow the channel know that we're moving out of my house. So we finally found a place not too far from my shop. It's a little bit of ways from our babysitter, but you know, it's not a problem. We got a good price, so we should be saving money on that. And hopefully we get a lot of new stuff here at the shop pretty soon. Today I have a video shoot with AST. I'm gonna be talking to Becky about kind of like the stuff that they have to offer at AST. I know that a lot of you guys shop there. So thank you guys for giving them your support. And then hopefully you guys get to see inside of their warehouse today. And I'm not just talking about it over and over and recommending you guys to go to this place and not know exactly what it looks like. So I reached out to them and I thought it would be a cool idea to let you guys know what's going on behind the scenes and just like where they mix their inks, talk a little bit about like the stuff they have to offer, like specialty items and some of the equipment as well. So we're doing that today around 11. I gotta take care of this, and I have a lot of work that came in. It's not just those 3 boxes, there's more over here on the side. And speaking of work, we got these down for inland yesterday, which I thought were pretty cool. They're just gym shorts with the inland on the crotch. So yeah, let's go ahead and take that part out right now and then swap it out. By then it should be time for me to go to AST and finish this video for them. All right, so before I forget, the first thing that you want to do before you work on anything ever that has power, you want to unplug it. So that thing is directly plugged into the outlets. You got the breakers off. Looks like that thing is going all the way to the breaker box. So let's go figure out which one it is. Let's try this one. So if this is it, we're gonna go over there and label it. Yep. All right, so now that we know which breaker it is, we're gonna go ahead and take this cover off, remove the relays, and then see if we can find them. But before we do all that, we gotta go label that breaker. Dryer. Cool. Simple as that. Looks like I have to remove that relay right there and that one right there. So let's go ahead and take some pictures. I always recommend that whenever you're breaking something apart, that you should take pictures of it, because I mean, I'm not a genius and I hardly know what I'm doing, so especially with all these wires going in there all kinds of crazy ways, I'm for sure gonna forget. So let's go ahead and pull those out, take a lot of pictures, and then replace them. Alright, you guys, we have successfully removed the first one. Now I don't know how you can tell if this is bad or not, but we're gonna replace it anyways. So let's go ahead and take the second one out and then go find a Rangers near us and go get some new parts. Alright, you guys, I successfully removed the second relay, and that one looks like it's kind of beat up right there in the corner. So the only reason why I know this, and the only reason why I'm doing this, is because I have a friend who goes by the name of Ron Yarley. You guys have seen him on my Instagram. He's the one that recommended to swap these out because it's like the most common part that goes out whenever you're having these kind of issues. And I'm just gonna go by his advice, change this, and then possibly get some fuses just in case I need to replace them in the future, because I don't have any extras. The only thing that I have extra for this dryer is the motor for the belt, because it came with it when I bought it. So hopefully this gets me going to where I can control the temperature of the dryer. Just so you guys know, today's video, or today's vlog, is just mainly about what's going on here at the shop. So I'm busy with work today and tomorrow, and I'm trying to shoot as much as I can for you guys while I'm trying to fix all these problems and get my orders out. So the video that I'm shooting for AST will be tomorrow's video pretty much. It's gonna be short. I want it to be like 3 minutes or 4 minutes. So today we're gonna figure all this stuff out so that we're ready for the rest of the week, and we got some good content for you guys. Now I don't know what kind of dryer you guys have at the shop, at your shop, but if you guys are having some problems, I've dealt with a number of dryers in the past, and it's not that I have like a ton of knowledge with dryers, but whenever I have a problem, I usually just call a technician and they walk me through all the steps to troubleshoot, and that's how I end up fixing them. This one, I had a recommendation from my friend, so I'm doing this first. If that doesn't work, I'll give him a call and see what's next. But I think that's gonna fix my problem, because they had this dryer running forever at the other shop and never had any issues until we moved it from place to place. So hopefully this does it for me. If not, then I'll figure it out. It's not a big problem. We got the printer going, so that's good. And we're just gonna start printing today. I have a lot of work. We didn't go to Soul Prints today because they're kind of low on work, which is good for me because it gives me a chance to be in here and take care of all these technical issues. So that's good. That's good stuff. Let's keep going with today. All right, so pretty much this is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna go buy these two at this place called Rangers that is not too far from here. I'm also gonna get a new fuse. That's what this is called. And also I gotta go pay a deposit to the place that we're looking to rent, because we gotta be moving fast with this process. In the next 3 weeks, we gotta be moving out of our house, and this place that we found, we have to kind of like lock it in and make sure that we have it for ourselves before somebody else beats us to it. And while I do all that, I'm not gonna be taking my camera, so as soon as I'm back with the new parts, I'll show you guys how to put them back in, and then we'll keep going with today's work. I have some good news and I have some bad news. Good news is that I found the parts. Bad news is they have to order them and I have to pick them up tomorrow, so make sure I don't lose any of the tiny screws and nothing moves around here. So what I'm gonna do right now, can't lose that either. I'm gonna coat some screens, and I haven't coated on the vlog in a while, so I'm just gonna go ahead and bring the camera in and show you guys how I coat. And I'm gonna show you guys my new scoop coater in action. A lot of people have asked me what emulsion I use. and I like to go with the UDC2 clear. There's one that has a dye, so if you have a hard time seeing the clear one, you can get it dyed, and it's I think blue. So as long as it's the UDC2, you should be fine. Alright guys, so I loaded up my old scoop coater, and the way I do it now when I coat screens, I still do it on the thinner side, but I like to just go 1 and 1. So pretty much what happens here is, instead of going real fast, I slow down and I go 1 on this side. And then I finish with 1 on the other side. So I finish on the print side. Okay, so check it out. This is the end result. You guys see that gloss, that glossy glare? That is really what you need. Now I figured out how to get it with 1 and 1. So I do 1 on this side, and then I finish with 1 on the print side. So what I do is I slow down when I'm bringing up the scoop coater. My motion, I slow it down a lot, and that allows the emulsion to work its way to the other side. So with this old scoop coater, this is what I would have to do every time. Scrape the sides, and if there was a hole where it had a lot of residue, I would come and pick it up from there like that. Now this was cool. I never mind doing this, but now that we have this new scoop coater, I don't have to do this because it just works better. Another thing that I like to do is I like to put this fan right next to the rack. So all the screens that I'm coating, I always stick out the one that's fresh just a little bit, so I know that these are dry, and then from this point on they're all going to be wet. Plus we have that fan going, so they're going to dry a lot faster. Alright you guys, so let me coat this screen real quick, and then I'm going to show you guys how easy it is. So we're going to use the thinner side. One on that side. One on this side. And we're good to go. There's really no excess anywhere around the edges, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. And the only thing is that this scoop coater is a little bit smaller, but most of my images don't go past this point anyways. So this is a 14-inch scoop coater, and it works perfect for me. So if it works for you, then great. If not, you can get a bigger one. Here's another look at the sides with this new scoop coater, so you guys can see that there's no residue. I haven't scraped it. I think it looks great, and I haven't even coated, so that's also great. That's just with 1 and 1. So I stopped doing 2 and 1 a long time ago. The only reason why I didn't mention it to you guys is because I wanted to make sure it was gonna work, and I didn't want to just make a change, not figure out if it's gonna work, and then let you guys know, and then have you guys go through some trouble. So pretty much what I did is I tested it myself, and now that I've been doing the 2 and 1 for a while and it works, I can tell you guys that it works. So just when you're doing it, make sure that you slow down the scoop coater as you're bringing it up, so that you allow the emulsion to work its way through the other side, and you always end coating on the print side. Whenever you lay them here, the emulsion has to rest on the back side of the screen, so don't forget that. Now this is the only reason why I like to have a damped rag in here. It's because whenever you're pouring in your emulsion, it likes to leak on the side of the gallon. So what I like to do is I like to wipe that off. That way, whenever I close my lid and I try to open it up again later, it doesn't get stuck, because that emulsion is going to dry on the side and it's going to give you a really hard time. So this makes everything much easier. If you guys are using the UDC2, you have to have a refrigerator. It needs to be in the refrigerator, so don't forget to have one. or buy one if you're thinking of using this emulsion. If you guys have a table in the darkroom that's for coating screens, then that's your table for coating screens. But here I don't have too much space, so what I do is I use these screens that I'm saving, and I throw in this old t-shirt to catch all the little drops of emulsion so that it doesn't dirty my my screens. Now let me show you guys, wow, what's going on here? Let me show you guys how I clean my scoop coaters. Maybe you guys clean them like this, maybe you don't, but the only reason why I've been able to keep the same scoop coater without damaging it for like the past 3 years is because I don't wash it out like standing like this and not be careful. So what you want to do is just get it wet and clean it off, and when you're done you want to dry it with a rag. And that's it. I want to give out a shout out to my homie Tom from Supreme Creative, because he came through and he reclaimed like 25 screens, and that is the reason why now we have a full rack of screens ready to go. And that's gonna be it for today, you guys. Tomorrow I'm gonna go pick up those parts. I gotta go back to work tomorrow. Maybe I gotta go back to work tomorrow, but if I don't, either way I'm gonna go pick up the parts for the dryer, and then we're gonna start burning everything and leave it set up so that we can come in and start busting butt on all the work that we have. So it's very exciting. This week has been very exciting, just so you guys know. I couldn't post these past 2 days because we were going through some tough times, me and my wife, but we're figuring things out, and everything is looking great. So I know I said I was gonna post something about this and I haven't, but I will. So just hold on a little bit. Just leave. So I'm here to eat lunch with my wife, and then I gotta get back to the shop. So I just caught Juan on his way out. All right, you guys, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, so check it out. For this job, I'm gonna need a damp rag, which I always like to have when I coat. I'm gonna have my scraper. It's a 3-inch plastic scraper. I'm gonna have my old scoop coater, and I'm gonna show you guys how the new one works. So for anybody that goes and shops at AST, I recommend that you guys ask for this one, even if you have an older one that works, because this one's gonna save you a lot of time, and it's just nice.